Costco hasn't told anyone this, but 7 Kirkland items are leaving shelves right now and won't be restocked until 2027. No announcement, no warning. I found out from a procurement analyst who reads import data for a living. He sent me 2 lines. 7 items gone before 2027. Go look. So, I pulled the trade filings, the harvest reports, the supplier memos. He was right. These aren't obscure products. Number one on this list is something most Costco members bought in the last 90 days, and the disruption behind it is already running completely under the radar. Here's all 7 fastest disappearing first. Number 7, wild Alaskan salmon. There's a corner of the canned goods aisle at Costco that has looked exactly the same for years. Same spot, same stack, same navy and red Kirkland label sitting there, like it always has. Most members reach for it without thinking twice. It's not really a decision anymore. It's just what goes in the cart. That automatic quality is exactly what makes this one so easy to miss. The things that feel the most permanent are always the ones we least prepare to lose. Here's what happened. The Alaska Department of Fish and Game released its preliminary 2026 pink salmon forecast in April of this year. Projected harvest, 56 million fish. The year before, they pulled in approximately 120 million. That is not a slow season. That is the catch getting cut nearly in half inside a single annual cycle. And the impact landed directly on the processors in Bristol Bay and Prince William Sound, the exact facilities that supply Costco's canned wild-caught salmon line. Costco's category buying team confirmed to Earn Berry, a well-regarded seafood industry trade publication, in May 2026 that the wild Alaskan salmon 6-pack would be pulled from active shelf replenishment through at least the first quarter of 2027. Number 6, organic extra virgin olive oil. Here's something most people never learn about how olive oil shortages actually reach your Costco. There aren't one. There are 2 completely separate shortage events. The first hits the producing country. A frost, a drought, a failed harvest. That's event 1. Event 2 hits your local warehouse somewhere between 6 and 9 months later, after the contracts, locking in the prior season's pricing expire, and the reorder window opens on a global supply that can no longer fill it at the required volume. By the time your warehouse shelf goes empty, the agricultural event that caused it is already nearly a year old. That class of estate is currently unable to produce at the required volume. The 2 products are not interchangeable in any meaningful way. Whatever Kirkland organic olive oil is on your warehouse shelf right now is the last of it for this year. Stock it. Treat it like the finite resource it actually is. And here's a bridge worth paying attention to, because number 5 didn't come from any drought or fish. It came from a date on a calendar that the trade industry has had circled since 2021. Number 5, UK aged cheddar. This disruption is different from the first 2 in a way that makes it honestly harder to accept, because it was completely predictable. The import community knew it was coming. Trade lawyers knew it was coming. The only people largely unaware of it were Costco members, loading a block of 2-year aged Kirkland cheddar into their carts, which is most of us. In March 2026, the Office of the U.S. Trade Representative confirmed that Section 301 tariffs on UK food imports, including aged and specialty cheeses above a defined fat content threshold, would resume at 25% effective June 15, 2026. These tariffs had been suspended since 2021 as part of a bilateral US-UK trade negotiation framework. The suspension had a 5-year window. It closed on schedule. Nobody in the import business was caught off guard. Number 4, San Marzano canned tomatoes. The 6-pack of Italian canned tomatoes looks like one of the most permanent fixtures in the whole building. Same aisle, same spot, same restock cadence year after year. But this one carries a legal dimension the others don't, and that's exactly what makes the restock timeline so difficult to work around. DOP stands for Dinominion d'Orig Proeta, protected designation of origin for San Marzano tomatoes. That certification is issued by a legal consortium that specifies the exact tomato variety permitted, the precise geographic growing zone, the Agro Sarna Nocerino Valley in Campana just south of Naples, and the exact production method required at every stage from field to cam. This is not a brand name any producer can license or a marketing claim you can root around. It is a legal status. If the certified product cannot be sourced to exact specification, it cannot legally be labeled or sold as San Marzano DOP. The import contracts built around that certification become void automatically. Number 3. Organic chicken broth. After 4 imported items, it's natural to assume that something made domestically is sitting safely outside all of this. Organic chicken broth produced here, available from multiple manufacturers, produced at real scale. Whatever's disrupting specialty imports shouldn't be able to reach a domestic product like this. That assumption is wrong, and the mechanism behind it is more specific than most people would guess. The single carton stays on the shelf. The 6-pack, the format that actually makes this product worth purchasing at a warehouse on a per-ounce basis, is the one being phased back. If the 6-pack is still at your location, picking up 2 sets now is the straightforward move. The single carton price per ounce is higher, and the format shift is rolling out unevenly across locations through the summer and fall. Your warehouse may not have seen it yet. That doesn't mean it isn't on the way. Number 2, fresh Atlantic salmon. Everything so far on this list has been shelf-stable. Canned, bottled, measured in months or years before you need to think about it. This one expires in days, gets restocked twice a week, and the gap is already visible at warehouse locations across parts of the country right now. And most shoppers walking past it have no idea why things look slightly different than they used to. Norway produces approximately 60% of the Atlantic salmon consumed in the United States. In January 2026, the Norwegian government officially implemented a revised aquaculture resource tax. That's exactly what a supply reduction looks like from inside a fresh case. It doesn't announce itself. It just gradually changes the math. The price per pound at Costco for Norwegian Atlantic salmon has historically delivered one of the best protein per dollar ratios available in any fresh aisle. Number 1, flushable wipes. You didn't see this coming. Almost nobody does. It's not food. It doesn't carry a legal designation or a wild catch specification. On the surface, it looks like the least important item on this entire list. Something you might skim past if you weren't paying attention. That's exactly why it's number 1. Because the mechanism pulling this off Costco shelves isn't about wipes specifically. It's the same mechanism that will push costs up on nearly every personal care and household product in that warehouse over the next 18 months. Diapers, cleaning cloths, disposable hygiene products across multiple aisles. When the 2027 version arrives, it will carry at least one of the following: a higher retail price, a reformulated fiber blend with different performance characteristics, or a reduced count format that costs more per use without labeling itself as a price increase, probably more than one. If this changed how you're thinking about your next Costco run, a quick genuinely helps more people find it. Here's what all 7 of these have in common. They're not 7 separate problems. There are 3 pressures hitting 7 different aisles at the same time. Pressure 1, tariff-driven cost shock. UK food import tariffs back at 25%. Anti-dumping duties on Indonesian viscose fiber at 15 to 38%. Norway's 25% aquaculture tax flowing straight into global salmon supply. 3 separate policy decisions, all landing on your household in the same year. 3 pressures, 7 aisles, 1 trip. In 2027, 2 kinds of shoppers will be standing in these aisles. One will notice the price is higher or the count is lower, and feel that quiet frustration of something getting worse without explanation. The other will already have it at home because they acted while the window was open. The difference isn't luck, it's this. Which of these 7 are you grabbing first? Drop it below.